On October 25, 2023, a devastating event unfolded in Lewiston, Maine, making it the 10th deadliest mass shooting in U.S. history. Let's explore this tragic story and its profound impact. First, let's talk about the shooting. On that day, Lewiston, a peaceful community, was jolted by a series of tragic events that no one saw coming. On October 25th, people gathered at the Just-in-Time Recreation, a local bowling alley, for a youth league event. Little did they know that this would be a day they'd never forget. At 6:56 p.m., chaos erupted. The sound of gunshots pierced the air as a shooter armed with a semi-automatic rifle chambered in .308 Winchester, equipped with an extended magazine and optic, unleashed terror upon the unsuspecting crowd. Panic and fear spread like wildfire. In the midst of this nightmare, the first emergency calls reached police, and plainclothes officers training at a nearby shooting range also heard the shots. Responding with remarkable speed, the officers were on the scene within just 4 minutes of that initial call. Tragically, 7 innocent lives were lost. But the horror didn't stop there. At 7:08, just a few miles down the road at the Scamenge's Bar and Grill restaurant, a second shooting was reported. Officers rushed to the scene within minutes, but the toll was devastating. 8 lives were taken, 7 inside the building and 1 more outside. As if that wasn't heart-wrenching enough, 3 more victims succumbed to their injuries in the hospital. By 8:06, the Androscoggin County Sheriff's Office and Maine State Police had to alert the residents to the presence of an active shooter. They shared images of the assailant inside the bowling alley, armed with a high-powered assault-style rifle, and his 2013 Subaru Outback, urging people to stay vigilant. In the face of this tragedy, the Central Maine Medical Center and local hospitals united to provide care and support for the victims. Many were transported to the Maine Medical Center in Portland, the largest hospital in the state, in an effort to save their lives. Now let's delve into the investigation that followed. In the aftermath of the tragic shootings, the story took a dramatic twist. 3 hours after the chaos unfolded in Lewiston, a discovery in the nearby town of Lisbon, about 8 miles southeast, added another layer of mystery. The abandoned vehicle of the suspected shooter, Card, was found at a boat launch near the serene Androscoggin River. As the sun rose on October 26th, the Maine State Police, under the watchful eye of Governor Janet Mills, confirmed the heartbreaking toll of victims. An arrest warrant was issued, charging the suspect with 8 counts of murder. Tension surged as law enforcement encircled a house in Bowdoin, executing a critical search warrant in pursuit of answers. On the following day, October 27th, a relentless search effort led by Michael Soschuk, the Maine Public Safety Commissioner, unveiled new uncharted depths. Dive teams and remote-operated vehicles armed with sonar technology combed the waters near the site of Card's abandoned vehicle in Lisbon. The means of Card's escape remained a perplexing question. Meanwhile, the shelter-in-place order in Lewiston was lifted, but hunting restrictions cast a shadow over Bowdoin, Lewiston, Lisbon, and Monmouth. Then, as the sun dipped below the horizon, Card's lifeless body was discovered near his former workplace, a recycling center on the banks of the Androscoggin River in Lisbon. The curious twist was that the center had been searched the night before, but Card's body was found in a box truck, a part of the property that had eluded scrutiny. His tragic end came in the form of an apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound. With this discovery, the chapter came to a close, and the restrictions on hunting were swiftly lifted. So, who was Robert Russell Card II? The life of Card was deeply intertwined with the town of Bowdoin, Maine. He had served as a sergeant first class in the United States Army Reserve, enlisting in December 2002. However, it's worth noting that despite his service, he had no active deployments, as confirmed by an Army spokesperson. As you might also want to note that in July 2023, fellow service members training alongside Card at West Point noticed his erratic behavior. Troubling reports emerged, revealing that he had complained of hearing voices and even made threats about shooting up a military base in Saco. The New York State Police promptly responded and transported Card to the Keller Army Community Hospital at the Academy. There, he was committed to a 2-week medical evaluation. Upon his return home on August 3, 2023, it was determined that Card could not be entrusted with a weapon, ammunition, or any live-fire activity. He was officially labeled as non-deployable, Moreover, his sister-in-law revealed in an interview with NBC News that Card's struggles with hearing voices coincided with his experience of being fitted for hearing aids. According to her, he began perceiving voices that he had never heard before, twisting his perception of reality. Impact and response. In the wake of the tragic shootings, a series of extraordinary measures were implemented. Reflecting the gravity of the situation, a shelter-in-place order was swiftly put into effect in Lewiston. The neighboring city of Auburn also issued its own shelter-in-place order, and took the additional steps of instructing businesses to lock down. The echoes of the tragedy reached educational institutions, resulting in the cancellation of classes at Central Maine Community College, schools within the Lewiston Public Schools District, and even at the prestigious Bates College on October 26th. Furthermore, several school districts within a 50-mile radius felt the ripple effect of this distressing event. The impact extended beyond the city limits, with the shelter-in-place advisory extending to Bowdoin. Bates College, which had been preparing for a presidential inauguration on October 27th, was compelled to postpone the event indefinitely. On a broader scale, international border security saw heightened vigilance as the U.S.-Canadian border beefed up its security measures in response to an armed and dangerous alert issued by the Canadian Border Services Agency. Meanwhile, in the wake of the tragedy, a surge in demand for firearms was noted in the state, with reports of long lines at local gun stores. One gun store owner revealed that his business had seen an unprecedented boost, surpassing their monthly sales in a single day. Interestingly, this surge coincided with the approaching deer hunting season, with many attributing the increase in sales to concerns related to safety. One thing that needs our attention is disinformation. Well, we cannot ignore the power of social media in such incidents. However, some content creators frequently start spreading misleading information after such incidents. This is exactly what happened after this shooting, with platforms like TikTok, Facebook, and Twitter being flooded with misinformation about Card. Wired, a prominent tech publication, reported that false claims ran rampant. Some verified premium Twitter accounts, in a bid to quell fears, erroneously stated that Card had been apprehended and was no longer a threat. Other inaccuracies emerged, with some mistakenly linking him to an arrest in 2016 for the possession and dissemination of sexually explicit materials, a case involving a different individual with the same name. As misinformation knows no boundaries, the disinformation campaign even ventured into the realm of politics, with certain accounts claiming Card's political affiliations, suggesting that he had voted for former U.S. President Barack Obama, or had connections to organizations like Hamas. Well, this highlights the challenges of managing information in a world where facts and falsehoods can spread with equal ease. As we conclude this video, let us remember the strength of togetherness and the importance of accurate information in a connected world. That's all for today's video, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, and stay tuned.